Howdy chapperoonies, welcome back to another update. I am going to do a video soon. As I've said in the last few updates, I've been a bit busy, but I've been working like a madman. So yeah, I will show you what has been happening. We've had some parts turn up. I've been working on these XD parts. I encountered a few more problems with them than I would have liked, which slowed me down a smidgen. Lonsdale. It just wouldn't be Lonsdale without someone doing an enormous skid somewhere every single night. Anyway, I'll show you what has turned up. So chaps, we have been actually making some progress. We have now got an office desk and a computer and stuff like that. Wow, that guy is really giving his car a hard time. And I had to set that up. I put a little wireless Wi-Fi card in that computer and a few things like that, and now that's up and running. So I use my phone as a wireless hotspot and every time I need the internet. Complete side topic, but it's things that have been progressing. Like I said when I got the Commodore, after purchasing it, I then needed to do some saving so I could afford some of the heftier items, because I knew immediately after getting that car that I was going to be up for some fairly expensive little items. This chassis rail, luckily I've got trade prices, that's pretty much $500. That rad support is, I think, a bit over $400, and that piece of aluminium tube, which basically is the front Rio, if you don't get that for trade, that is a $500 item from Holden. All of this stuff is genuine Holden. I sort of wasn't too, I didn't really want to put any aftermarket parts in this car because, well, I don't really want to put any aftermarket parts on. I'd rather use genuine as one of the, and I don't really want to use secondhand, because usually when you buy secondhand from the wreckers, it's always got something wrong with it. Like if you bought a rad sport, you probably find one of the tabs is snapped off it or something like that. And I did find a bit of trouble trying to find VF Commodore front parts. And one of the downsides with Regency is if you're doing a repairable write-off and you use second-hand parts, you need photos and the VIN number of the car the parts come from so they can cross-check and make sure that the parts aren't stolen or that the parts have come off a different car with the wrong VIN number, yada, yada, yada. And one of the best ways to sidetrack that and not have to worry about VIN numbers is buy genuine and brand new parts. All you need is the invoice and you're done. And that's pretty much what I do. And I don't need all of that chassis rail. I only need from about here forward. So the rest of that's going to be in. That little bugger weighs like 25 kilos. That's reasonably heavy. This little guy was cheap. The little end cap's only like $45. That was ridiculously expensive for what that is. You can buy aftermarket, non-genuine, for about $100, but I don't particularly want to put something on that is not a genuine item. And I did have trouble trying to find one of those secondhand because nearly every single Commodore in the wreckers is smashed in the front, isn't it? So I was like, the hell with it, I'll just buy new, and there it is. So there's $1,500 worth of parts right there. Yeah, so the Commodore will progress. I'm going to start on that very soon, and that'll probably be my first video, proper video back into the stuff. So keep your eyes peeled on that one. The XD is over here and covered up because, well, it's covered up. One of the guards, this guard is on, and yeah, if I can pull up its skirt a little bit, looking lovely. And I did do the sill panels. Yeah, my hearties. Haven't done the door front guard yet, but worked out thanks to the owner. He's a bit of a XD nut, and he had another original S-Pack, not S-Pack, GL, and we had to work out where the black on the sill panels starts and finishes. I thought it started here, but in fact it starts further up on the original ones, and I don't know if you can see it, but the front of the rad support's blacked out normally. Maybe I showed that in another video, but I can't remember. So, progressing along, we've been making progress on the bonnet. That was less than enjoyable around the edges, particularly rusty. Unfortunately, XD bonnets are a fairly extremely expensive item these days. And the inside of the doors, now they had about 1 million paint jobs on them. Also did the frames at the same time all the way around, so that when I do the outside I can just basically mask up and do the skin. Should be fairly sweet. Yeah, so just rubbing down over 1 million coats of paint, trying to get rid of any chips and scratches and whatnots. So they're all done, looking lovely. I did the battery tray and 2 hinges. Unfortunately I don't have much hanging space, so you know, you win some, lose some. But yeah, voila, not too shabby. And yeah, looking lovely. And the guard, this other guard, you know, it's got trash in it because, well, do you see a spray booth around here? No. Turned out, I would have said, fairly acceptable for a shed job. Not too shabby. So we are making progress. Peter's guards here, I've been working on that. I was making sure that, it's amazing, that was just sitting there, and the overspray just floating in the air has left a perfect outline. I've been tweaking the end caps, which are the, now this is a new old stock one that he had, so when I put this on the guard I had to make sure that they're going to line up and be smashing. I've primed these twice, and I'm probably going to prime them again. I just want them really, really, really perfect. And every time I lock them down I find another little issue, so a bit of dolphin glaze and a couple of dents and stuff. So, and somebody asked about products. This stuff for doing finite work, like this is like, I cannot describe how amazing this stuff is. It's a super fine filler, and it sticks like you wouldn't believe. It legitimately sticks to everything, including skin, very well. I've never found a bog that sticks so immaculately to everything. And those yellow bumper bars, like on the GT Falcons, like the BA ones, it's the only bog I've ever found that sticks to it. In a previous past tense life. But yeah, we're all progressing here. The EJ hasn't really made much progress, but you did see the chrome was back, so I'm going to actually send some more stuff off very shortly. Although I did have the front doors blasted and de-skinned before they were blasted, so the front doors have no skins on them, but I ripped the skins off and then sent them to be blasted, so the whole inside was done lovely. I got one door to strip. I'm going to buy 2 new guards. I've got my front nose panel. This is going to be a bit of an update on everything. We're going to get back into this, or this one of these two. I think it's going to be this very, very soon, as in very soon. Well, there's my fan for the Commodore. Unfortunately, dust broken. And there's a radiator bent in half, and there's the back door that's ready to be blasted. I've got to strip the boot lid. My front grille needs to go off and be blasted. That's my spare grey motor. I think this is a spare grille with slats in it. I've done the wheels, but I wasn't happy, so I'm going to send them off and have them blasted again and powder coated. I just want this car to be really, really immaculate. And we've still got to do the boot lid and the bonnet and the front bar for the XD. So I'm not entirely sure what the story behind these two are. this guy is away, but we're certainly not going to sit here and do nothing. And I believe this chap is actually decided to sell his car, so keep your eyes peeled. You'll probably find this one on the market before too long. I personally can't afford a Falcon Coupe, even though I sold the XB thinking I could. I've also worked out I don't want a massive project. It's not like it's a massive project, but I personally don't need another car that's this far back, because I just don't have time to do it. But this one, which is an XC GS in platinum blue, it is a factory V8 4-speed car, and it will, I don't know when it's going to go on the market, I don't know when it's going to go away, but hopefully it's soon if he's decided to sell it. But keep your eyes peeled, this one will probably pop up. And it's had, there's its bonnet, a few things. And as you well know, this one's got pretty good B pillars, a little bit of rust in the A pillars. I've done the parcel shelf in this car. It's had a taillight panel, rear beaver panel. It's had a lot of work done to it. So this is actually, as far as coupes go, aside from its roof issue, which isn't a showstopper, and its gutter issue, it's actually a very, very, very good starting point for a coupe project. And it happens to be a particularly good combination coupe. So I don't know when that's going to appear, but keep your eyes peeled for a XC coupe. And I don't ask me what the owner wants for it. I don't know. I'm not getting involved in that, but I just thought I'd share it and say that keep your eyes peeled. This one's probably going to pop up on the market before too long. I believe it is relatively complete, but its combo is platinum blue GS 4-speed manual V8, which is pretty damn good actually. Platinum blue is that greeny blue color, so it's not too bad. But anyway, I'll leave the video there. It's been a good catch up. We'll get back into yeah, look at that Rio snapped in half. I've got to get back into this, and we're doing more on the XD, and hopefully we will see it go away shortly. And yes, I'm hoping to have this sorted soon, and that'll probably go away, and hopefully this will go away, so we'll have some space soon. And then I'll get stuck back into the EJ. I'm just probably going to do more of the panels and send a lot more of the stuff off for chroming as well. And I'm going to probably rip the seats out before too long and send them to Winners as well and have them do them. But it's all progressing. It's just, unfortunately, I'm a bit of a one-man show. So I've got a million things to do, and there's only 8 hours in a day. And of course, as you well know, I am a father as well, so I have to put some time towards the child. But anyway, I'll leave it there, and hope you've enjoyed this little catch-up, and I will hopefully have a decent video coming shortly. Thanks for watching.